pretty close to the center. I usually don't ever go down to this next frame down here, but I'm looking for that nice brood pattern, so we will this time. But that should have been enough for us to find what we needed. And that's my alarm. Alright guys, so I had an alarm set to go off, so we're gonna quickly poke our head in there and then we'll probably end the stream, because I have to get ready to go to my job. So let's at least see if we can find a nice set of brood, a nice brood frame. Okay. About squishing the queen? Yeah, I mean, it's probably something I've done before. I try not to, obviously, but you know, as you know, it can happen. And I usually lose a couple queens a year. Maybe it's from smushing. I'm not really sure. But you can see how these are kind of jammed in here really tight. Having 9 frames would help us with that. Okay, this is just an empty frame. So we'll set that down. We'll start kind of poking our way in here. So we're going to try to be quick, guys, because I have to head to that other job here soon. At least I have to head home and get ready for it. So, okay, so a little bit of capped food here. Not really much to look at. Let's move these over a little bit. You start to see down here in the bottom. Okay. Watch out, bees. Okay, so this is a very light frame. Doesn't have anything on it really. Should see some eggs or something in here. I'm gonna take this out to the sunlight. Let me just make sure there's not. I see a couple brood kind of sprinkled around, which isn't what I want to see. I want to see a nice laying pattern. Could be that they just finished up in here though. So we're just trying to make sure we don't see the queen somewhere here before I take this frame over. Look at it underneath the light. I'm curious to see if there's a bunch of eggs that are laid in this frame. Not really seeing much. Okay. Okay, let's keep looking. Hoping to find some capped frames in here. I'm not really seeing it. There's a little bit on the other side. There's a few eggs in here. So this queen, regardless of whether she is not. Okay, so I'm seeing a few things on here. And it could be that this queen isn't very strong, which we may replace her. I mean, this next frame does have a little bit of stuff on it here. That's what we want to see. So, just not, she doesn't seem to be very strong. But it's kind of just a mix. Kind of got a sparse pattern here. A couple drones kind of mixed in. It's not really what I want to see. I want to see this whole thing capped like we saw in the other hive earlier today, where it was like mostly the whole thing in the center was a nice even capping of brood. But there's eggs and larvae and stuff in here, so I think she's in here and she's laying. She's just not doing a very good job. And you know, we did try to introduce some things off season, so she may not have mated very well because there wasn't a lot of drones flying around. And this is common, you know, we kind of have this bee in here, this queen in here that's just kind of helping us limp along. And then once we get into the season where there's a lot of stuff flying around, then so this frame is looking much better though. She may just have to settle herself down a little bit, but this is a nice laying of larvae. So this frame is going to be absolutely packed with brood soon. Okay, so this is what we wanted to see. Okay guys, so good news is we do have a queen in here. I'm just looking to make sure she's not on this frame before I bring this over. I don't see her, I don't think. So here we see a nice pattern of blade brood mixed in a little bit with food. It's not really her fault. So we do have a queen. She did acclimate, so we successfully saved this colony for now. I don't think she's a very strong queen, but she is in there. Some of her patterns and stuff look a little bit messed up, but this one has been laid out really nicely too on the other side. So that one doesn't have brood, it's mostly eggs and larvae on the other side. So this is good. So this hive is okay for now. We've our last, when we added this queen in here, she did acclimate and she started doing her thing. And so we saw everything that we needed to on this hive. So we're going to smoke these bees and get them back together. And we've accomplished our mission for today. I do want to see what our hive next to us looks like, at least for the honey, so I'm going to pop my head in there probably real quick and just make sure it's not like exploding with honey and I need to add more honey boxes. I don't think that's going to be the case, but we need to look anyway, you know. So all right, so we're closing this up. But very excited that our new queen is acclimated and is adjusted to this new hive and is doing her job. So I just don't think she was mated very well. It's not a very strong queen. And maybe as time progresses, and you know, they had a lot of work to do to clean up to get ready for her, so maybe they just have to do a lot of work to get ready for her to be in here. You know, we kind of had some stuff mixed up a little bit with where the food was, and they had a whole bunch of frames that were laid incorrectly that they had to fix. And so it may be too that this hive is just trying to come back from the poor condition that it was in without having a queen. And that's also a possibility. So, but very excited about that. Very happy that this is now going, but we're just not getting a lot of honey out of here, but that's okay. All right, watch out, bees. Come on. Watch out. Here we go. Okay. Queen excluder on. Now hopefully she didn't just crawl up into this hive. I didn't really do a good job of that queen excluder. So it would be that tried to sting me through my glove there. Go away, timer. Can't do it right now. My hands are got the gloves on. Give me a second to stop that timer in a minute here. Okay. Now the queen does get up here. You know, we'll find out very quick, but she probably wouldn't go up anyway. But if we start seeing a bunch of eggs laid in there and stuff, then we know the queen got up. Or she wasn't supposed to. Right, go away, timer. Let's see. Hey, Poker Eye. Hey, what's up, man? Poker Eyes Out Games. Do you use your own beeswax for smithing? I use natural beeswax for seeing a lot of my smaller projects. So I actually don't have enough beeswax yet. But eventually when I start to have a whole bunch of wax, when we collect honey, so when we start collecting a bunch of honey, I'll probably have a lot of leftover wax, and then I'll start using it. I have a little bit at home, but not enough to use on my stuff. But it works really well. Oh, nice. A package from Russia. From Wargaming. Nice, Damien. Oh, interesting. Oh, neat. It has your gamer tag and stuff on it. Oh, wow. Tanker since March 14th.